It's been a while since I've done a straight up burger out on the grill. Actually, it's been quite a while, months I think. I mean, as a video, I've eaten burgers that I've grilled over the last few months, but I haven't done a video. Well, that's changing today because we're gonna be making a Smokehouse Java burger. Now, what does that mean? Well, let's break it down. Smokehouse generally means you're really gonna be applying some smoke to the burger before you give it a grill, before you get that sort of sear on it. At least that's the way I do it. Now, the Java part is going to be some coffee seasoning. Coffee seasoning goes great with beef, and we're gonna be using some dark espresso beans to help build our seasoning base for these burgers. So let's get started with that first. I've got my spice grinder out here, and to this I'm gonna add 3 tablespoons of dark espresso beans. Really, you can use any sort of favorite coffee beans you like. And we're gonna go ahead and grind these. That's looking really good in there, but I wanna go ahead and grind them a little more. I wanna get this just as fine as I possibly can with this grinder. That's looking good. Let's go ahead and get the rest of our ingredients and make this seasoning rub. So I've transferred our coffee grounds here, these dark espresso coffee grounds, into a little bowl. And to this, I'm gonna add half a teaspoon of brown sugar. Now, why would you be adding sugar to a rub that's gonna go on burgers or beef or anything like that? Well, sometimes people want that, but in this case, this little amount of sugar helps bring out more of the coffee flavor. So just a half a teaspoon of brown sugar. Next up, 1 teaspoon of a coarsely ground black pepper and 1 teaspoon of kosher salt. And we're gonna mix this together here. Just like that, and I can tell you it smells great. All right, let's move on to getting a spread ready for this, and what we're gonna be making is a hickory red pepper mayo. All right, for our hickory red pepper mayo, we're starting with about a half a cup of mayo. Just choose your favorite mayo. To this, I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of red pepper flakes and half a teaspoon of hickory powder. Now, I'll put a link in the video description to where I got this hickory powder. I've used it before, and this place where I get it, it's called Old Town Spice Shop. It's in Missouri. They have such amazing things there and unique things. I've used bourbon powder to make rubs before, so this is a really unique flavor. If you can't get this, you could use a little bit of liquid smoke in here, maybe, quarter teaspoon, but this hickory powder is really nice. And once we get this mixed up, we'll see if I need to add some more hickory powder. We'll just adjust the taste. Just gonna get in here and mix. Let's get a little taste here and see if we are hickory-y enough. That is good. And now for our final ingredient of this, we're gonna give just maybe a half a teaspoon of honey. That sweetness of the honey just really sort of brings a mellowness to this. And when you're working with something like hickory powder, you may have to experiment to see about how much you want. If you're not sure, I would start with less than I use. Start with maybe a quarter teaspoon, then taste. You can always add more. All right, I'm gonna pop this in the refrigerator and we're gonna get our burgers out here and season them up. So I have 3 burger patties here that I'm gonna be cooking up today. I'm just gonna be using 1 for tasting. This is 80/20 ground beef. I formed the patties myself yesterday, and they're about a half a pound each. I'm just gonna go ahead and start sprinkling our seasoning on. I'm gonna get a good coating, but it doesn't have to be wall-to-wall thick. I'm kind of press that down just a little bit on there. I'm gonna turn these over. And on this side, before I put the coffee seasoning on here, I wanna go ahead and just give a base layer of some kosher salt. Just wanna make sure we have enough of that salt in here to help bring out the flavors. There's some in our rub, but these are good sized burgers, so we wanna make sure we have enough here. Now for our seasoning rub here. A little press, and we are ready to head out to the grill. All right, the Weber Kettle is up to temp. I'm gonna be going for a temperature around 250 degrees today because again, we wanna get some smoke flavor on these. So let's go ahead and get our lid off and get some wood on there and then get our burgers on. I'm using post oak today. I'm putting a good amount in here. Now I have the Mallory M1 cast iron grate in here today and I'm using the Mallory firewall. That allows me to dial in 2 zones, one for indirect and then the direct zone when we sear these. But let's get our burgers on here to get some smoke. All right, let's get our lid on, get smoking. I'm gonna check these in about 20 minutes and the internal temperature I'm looking for is gonna be somewhere around 125 before I sear them, because then we're gonna move them indirect again and get some cheese on them. All right, we've been going 20 minutes. Let's check these Smokehouse Java burgers. Getting that nice red around the edges, which a lot of times is what you'll get when you are getting that smoke flavor on here. So let me go ahead and get a temperature here and just see where we are. Okay, that one's showing, you can see that, 122, 123, if you can see that. That's close enough for me. I'm gonna go ahead and sear these. Just a couple minutes on each side. Go ahead and give these a turn. Another couple minutes on this side. Looking good. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and move these back indirect and get cheese on one of them because the others are for people that don't want cheese. Now, the ultimate internal temperature that I want my burger at is about 150-ish. That's how I like mine. You can cook yours the way you like yours. So let me get a quick temperature check and see where we're at after that sear. That's showing about 137 degrees. So by the time this cheese melts, I think we'll be good. I'm gonna use that center patty there, and this is Gorgonzola cheese. Nice thick slab of it. All right, I'm gonna get the lid back on, and I think in about 4 to 5 minutes, this is gonna be ready. All right, we've been going just about 5 minutes. Let's check and see how that melt is coming. Yeah, that is what I'm looking for. All right, we are ready. Let's start building this Smokehouse Java burger. So I've got a brioche bun that I toasted, and I wanna get some of our hickory red pepper mayo on here. And some nice green lettuce here. Give us a good base for our burger. And then I want to put some thinly sliced red onions right there that the burger can rest on. Now it's burger time. A nice thinly sliced tomato on top, and our top bun with some more of that hickory red pepper mayo. We are ready to crown this. There we go, the Smokehouse Java burger with hickory red pepper mayo and some other burger stuff on there. Let's dive in. So this is probably gonna be messy, but I don't really care. I'm going in for the whole thing. If you've never done a burger where you give it smoke first, you are missing out. It takes just a little extra time, but boy, is it worth it. That Java rub on here is so good, and mixed with that hickory red pepper mayo, outstanding.